1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Packers and the Browns, and it comes your way next.
Now, from the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Cleveland, Ohio, EA Sports proud to welcome you to Huntington Bank Field, the home of the Browns. The preseason is upon us. So good to be with you, Mike Tirico, with Greg Olsen about to embark on that journey that ends with the Super Bowl. Greg, so good to finally have football back on the field.
Absolutely, and it doesn't matter if it's preseason, regular season, playoffs. When NFL football's on TV, Mike, it's just better. And I'll tell you what, for these teams and a lot of these young players, this is the start. Just like you said, this is a journey to making the roster, a journey to being there in week 1. And for a lot of these teams that have playoff hopes, it seems like small beginnings, but this is where those playoff dreams and ultimately those Super Bowl runs all get their starts.
It's a fresh start for both of these clubs. Here we go, week 1 of the NFL preseason. This will be returned from the 6. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season quarterback, but Greg, just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn and had a really good first year as a starter.
Starting all the way back in the spring, Mike, there has been months of preparation building up for this very game. And for a lot of the guys on the sideline that have been around for a long time, these preseason games might not feel all that important. But I promise you, to that young guy who's putting an NFL helmet on for the very first time, running out of that tunnel, these games go a long way, not only to making this current roster, but trying to make a career out of playing in the NFL.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the former #1 overall pick back in the 2015 draft, former Heisman winner as well, Jameis Winston.
Judging by our conversations with the coaches, Mike, I think it's a pretty safe bet. We won't be seeing a lot of this guy. I think what they're trying to do is just get him under center, knock off some of the rust of the offseason, and get him a couple live reps before he starts in week 1. At the end of the day, you just can't replicate this style of live action in practice. So whether you're an established veteran like him or a young quarterback, these reps in the preseason are invaluable. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Oregon.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
A run up the middle with Jacobs. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll go play action with Love. He's got it at about the 8. And he's in. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Green Bay.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready for their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the carry, this is Nick Chubb. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Throwing on 2nd down, Winston now sets up a screen for Chubb. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, Winston. And that one is intercepted. Jair Alexander picks it off. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, here comes Jacobs. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Browns offense and Jameis Winston getting set to go to work again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he had to push through one tackler, but is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain here.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
A 2nd down throw for Jameis. He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage, and it sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Packers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss. They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. He's going to have a Packers 1st down. He's up to the 45-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
On 2nd down, Love. This one is caught by Reed. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. On 3rd down, they go with Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Once again, it's Jacobs. He is met and dropped. Good defense Loss of a couple on that play.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Throwing on second down, Love. Catch made there by Watson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Winston. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
So they made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the 1st quarter, but that was their 3rd attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. I think you got to start looking elsewhere. You don't want to get into a position, Mike, where you feel like you're forcing the guy the ball and forcing your offense to run through him.
And he's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Chubb. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Once again, it's Chubb. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at their line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
Back to the former Bronco, it's Jerry Jeudy. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake, it's Jameis. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. With that, we'll take a look at the draft class from back in April. These guys decided to build up that offensive line. You see they're using a first-round pick on a lineman to hopefully give a little more protection to their franchise quarterback. We'll go play action. It's Winston. That is caught. What a throw. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Browns. Oh, the teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense about ready to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. Whoa! And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Here's Jacobs. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. On play action, Love. A throw on the move is caught.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. The man in motion is Watson. A 2nd down throw for Love. That one on target to Watson. And he will score. Christian Watson, touchdown Packers. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
McManus on for the point after. His kick is good. And the Packers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return is Naheem Hines. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Browns offense headed back to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's Chubb. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Xavier McKinney, the one who brings him down. Here's 2nd and 9. Winston looking to throw. He's got it in the hands of Elijah Moore. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
A run with Hines. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On 2nd down, Winston. That's complete. It's Cedric Tillman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Space to run inside the 20. And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Here's Hines. And a short pickup down inside the 10. A 2nd down throw for Winston. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Cleveland. Hopkins now to take on the extra point. It's up and good. And the Browns will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Dobbs headed in motion. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. They'll come up now for second down and 4. From the gun, it's Love. Toward the middle. That one caught by Watson. And he'll be taken down. And that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. Set to go now on first and 10. Now the rookie third-rounder from SC, it's Marshawn Lloyd. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It is a big-time play for the Packers. And even 30 yards.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
On first down, right back to Lloyd. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Open receiver is Bo Melton. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. They'll go here with Lloyd. Marked down at the 6. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Dontavian Wicks. Touchdown, Green Bay. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return, and their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14, and they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Watson. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
So, Mike, you look back at the quarterback and you see that this ball is coming out of his hand and it's going to be low. And the decision's made. You've got to go down to the ground to secure the catch. First order of business. Your hands are between the ground and the ball, no matter what that looks like. And then once you secure it, you've got to roll, protect the ball, and under no circumstances can that ball move or hit the ground. I mean, how often do we see a great catch overturned on replay? So it's not easy, but you get paid to catch them all.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Open man is David Bell. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
A give to Ford on the zone read. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Shotgun snap to Watson. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Eric Stokes, the man there defensively to break that one up.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Evan Williams. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
The Packers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Lloyd. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
They'll go again with Lloyd, and he'll get about 5. Throwing, Willis. A short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They run out of the gun, and here's Lloyd. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Now, off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing. I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
They've got it at the 8, first down and goal. Here's a run. And this one blown up. Good serve and drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Throwing, Willis. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Browns are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
The home team's offense ready to get back to work. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by 4. This one's going nowhere. Going backwards. He'll be down at the 4-yard line.
What you see there is really the key to a good free safety blitz. Time the snap so that the offense cannot determine that you're rushing. It's exactly what happened here. He's able to bring the ball carrier down for a loss.
2nd and 11. To throw is Watson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Cleveland.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
On second down, here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Defensively, that's just a missed opportunity, Mike. Anytime you have two defenders in the area and neither one of them is able to make a play on the ball, yes, I know that the ball felt incomplete, but, man, you got to get your hands on that ball and take advantage. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Packers offense and running back Marshawn Lloyd set to take over. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Lloyd. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. Here's Willis. Here's a screen now for Lloyd. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
1st and 10. They run, it's Lloyd. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Willis to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here's Daniel Whelan now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This fielded in the end zone. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll open this drive on the ground with 4. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Every rookie that finds themselves in the lineup, Mike, they're trying to make plays that keep them in the lineup. Continue to show your coaches they can trust you as a young player in this league, and he continues to make plays like this. He's going to find himself in the lineup more and more often as the year unfolds.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that went.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll try the right side with Lloyd. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Willis. This one complete to Melton. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
And the defense all over this one. They knock him down, it'll go down as a loss of 2. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Willis now to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Lloyd. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
That's a great job defensively. The goal of every defense in the NFL is to accomplish one of 2 things. Turnovers, force field goals. In this case, the big 3rd down stop is most likely going to lead to the latter. Really nice job there in the red zone.
Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This from 30 yards out. McManus's kick is good. And the Packers going to extend their lead. It's now 24-14.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is 10, 24-14 So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. A run here right side, and it's 4. Not much there, maybe a yard. To throw on 2nd down is Watson. On an end, left side, it's caught. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's 4. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now it's Watson. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
A gain there of 10 yards. It's a Browns 1st down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
And this time, they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth 1st half. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. Here's a 2nd and 12. Back to throw is Watson. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns are able to get it back within a score. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. Out of the gun, Watson. Inside the 10, it is caught. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
And they'll get them down right around the 5-yard line. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
To the air again. Watson. He's got it at the 3. And he'll get about halfway there. That's a gain of 2. Down to the 2. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second. We'll talk things over before third down. They'll try and run it. It's Ford. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns are able to get it back within a score. That's the danger. They try to sell out and block it. Instead, get the roughing call, and it results in a first down. They look to run with 4. And this time, he's in. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Browns. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns cut the lead to 3, 24-21. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Pistol snap to Willis. That's caught. It's Malik Heath. Packers going to use their final timeout now.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Browns' 44-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Willis now to throw. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 2nd time they've connected on this drive, and 19 yards out of this one.
No, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. It's incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And it'll bring up second down. Throwing, Willis. He's got it at the 7. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact...
Over the top, he's got it. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Packers. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like, well, when you were playing, you know where that guy's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, Mike, we say we don't run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and especially against zone coverage. Down here in the red zone, the rule is if you're open, stay open. Don't run past an open zone to get covered. That's exactly what this tight end does here. Friendly target, ball on time, touchdown.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Back to you two in just a moment. The preseason is upon us as these two teams get things rolling. They'll have 2 more games after this to get ready before week 1 comes our way. It'll be here before you know it. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed. They'll watch the second half with the shoulder pads off, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Mike Tirico.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready for this next possession. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense.
He'll get this ahead for about 3. Linebacker Isaiah McDuffie ends the play there. They face second down and 7. Shotgun snap to Watson. He's going to take a shot down the field.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
A run straight ahead. That's Ford. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Evan Williams is there for the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Watson. This one complete right side. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll run with 4. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
And that is incomplete.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
Corey Valentine on the return. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The visitors' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. On 1st down, it's Lloyd. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Now Willis. This throw is complete. It's Heath. 17 yards on that play. Good for a Green Bay first down.
17 yards.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
A run, and this is Lloyd. And he gets this up close to the 40. Jeremiah Wusu-Koromoa in on the stop. Throwing, Willis. Open man, that's Heath. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Lloyd. There he goes, inside the 30. And they are not gonna catch him. He's in. Marshawn Lloyd. Touchdown, Green Bay. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about, and they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Now it's McManus for the point after. The kick is good. And the Packers will extend this third quarter lead.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Browns offense ready to take over once again. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. A give to Ford on the zone read. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Ford. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Tyron Hopper there on the tackle. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Watson. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. 20-yard pickup there. 1st down, Cleveland.
I really like the rhythm that this offense has found. I mean, that 3rd down, that wasn't a layup by any means, but they made it look easy. Everybody was exactly where they needed to be. The quarterback did a nice job working through his progression, saying, okay, I understand this is zone defense. I understand where the limitations of the coverage are. I'm going to get to that spot on the field as fast as I can, deliver the ball, pick up the 1st down.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Quick throw, taken in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Now, here comes the screen to Foreman. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
13 yards and a big exhale as they convert on 4th down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
They'll run. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
The The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Lloyd. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
To throw is Willis. That is into the hands of Wicks. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Give inside, there's Lloyd. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
The tackle made by Rodney McLeod. A gain of 5. First down, Packers.
On first down, right back to Lloyd. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Second and 7. Willis now to throw. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Give them 14 on that one. First down, Packers.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
A give. Here comes Lloyd. The defense stringing him out. No gain. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Browns will take over at their own 15.
Well, with this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth. He certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. comes Foreman. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. A running play here for Foreman. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
The Browns getting their punting team out there as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Packers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And we'll give you a look at some of the highlights. He's had a number of them over that magic mark, over 100 yards on the ground, including a rushing touchdown. He has been a handful for the defense right throughout. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Lloyd. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Willis. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
To throw, here's Willis. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. On 3rd down, here's Lloyd. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
Packers set to kick this one away. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Browns offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the ground is Foreman. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
The tackle made back at the 13-yard line.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Watson to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception, and the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
Third and long for Watson. There's that man again, another catch.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Hunting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
They'll run over his center, and it's Lloyd. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
Throwing is Willis. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Willis to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Willis. This one complete to Melton. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. Here's a 3rd down and 4. On the give, it's Lloyd. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
Shotgun draw, trying to catch him off guard here, Mike, but the defense was having none of it. Thought it took a little too long to develop. Gave that defense enough time to get back there. Stop him for no gain.
On comes the Packers punting team. as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Browns offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll run. It's Foreman. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Watson. They'll look to set up the screen here. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Now it's Foreman. And he is going to have a Browns first down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. To throw on 2nd down is Watson. He finds Bell. That's caught. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Watson. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game, and they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball, and let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And that one not going to net too much. He'll get this down to the 31. Here's 2nd and 9. A play fake. Now Watson to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This, a 44-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Packers offense ready to take over possession of the football. It's all gone according to plan here in this preseason opener, and look to finish things strong here in the 4th quarter. First and 10. On first down, it's Lloyd. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Throwing, Willis. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
The crowd does not agree with that call. Boos ring out. Doesn't matter. Not going to change it. It's a first down. On the handoff, it's Lloyd. And he'll get about 5. Now Willis. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
So you do a great job all game long. You build up a lead here late in the 4th quarter, but now you get sloppy. This turnover all of a sudden brings a renewed sense of energy to your opponent, who a minute ago thought this game was over, and now they got a little life.
The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Watson. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. 3rd and a yard. Try to pick this one up on the ground. Inside the 25. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Wow, I mean, he's going to be disappointed he wasn't able to take that all the way, but that's still a heck of a run. In the end, after a good tackle to save the touchdown, they're still going to be set up with 1st and goal.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. Here's a run. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. Shotgun snap to Watson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Good running on display there, taking it to the 5, but now it is 3rd and goal. Here's Watson.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Packers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game under pressure all game long. The secondary feasting on his passes. This drive will begin with a run by Lloyd. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Willis now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are under.
This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
The offense had a decision to make. Was it more important to keep the clock rolling or maintain possession? They take a little bit of a conservative approach there, keeping the ball on the ground. Now brings up 4th down.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. Crochet to return it. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. His throw left side is complete. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. A pistol give to Foreman. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Catch made. That's Woods. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious. Back to throw is Watson. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Watson. He'll find Woods. That one is caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Give inside. There's Lloyd. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Open man, that's Heath. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
A gain of 13
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Here's Willis. That is into the hands of Wicks. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And he will have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they convert on 3rd and 3.
gain of 5. And the Packers first down.
On first down, right back to Lloyd. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A give. Here comes Lloyd. And he'll be taken down. And now at 152, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout.
At the 7-yard line.
Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is 1st and goal. They'll send their tight end left. A run on 1st and goal to the 5-yard line. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll go with him again. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Marshawn Lloyd. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
McManus on for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Second down, 8 for the first down. Out of the gun, Watson. Going right sideline and complete. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
On 1st and 10, here's Watson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Eric Stokes, the man there defensively to break that one up.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. This is teach tape for man defense, Mike. I mean, he is not looking back at the quarterback at all. He is in the hip pocket of his receiver. He's staying in phase and in rhythm. And then he knows when the wide receiver's hands go up, attack the ball. And that's about as good as it gets.
Here we go. This is 4th down. They snap it to Watson. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. No easy completions. And this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
The run over center, and it's Lloyd. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second. They'll stop it here with 1:07 on the clock. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, it's a win here for the visiting Packers as they start things out with a victory here in the first week of this preseason. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.